Hello students, I am Dimple Parik, your science teacher, and today we will discuss the last two topics of 7th class of chapter 1, that is saprotrophs and symbiosis. Other three topics we have covered in last part. So let's start today's class. Saprotrophs. You can see here, first we will take example just like you can take a piece of bread and moisten it with water and leave it in a moist warm place for 2 or 3 days. Okay, then what will you observe? You will see a cotton like thread spread on the piece of bread, or you can say fluffy patches appear on them. Okay, so what are these organisms called? These organisms are called fungi. So fungi don't have mouths like animals, and they don't have chlorophyll just like green plants, so they cannot make food by photosynthesis. Then how can they survive? From where they are getting food? So these fungi, they have different types of nutrition. They absorb the nutrients from the bread. Okay, so this mode of nutrition you can see, you can see here in this picture. Okay, these cotton like threads spread on this piece of bread, you can see this is the fungi. Okay, and another example of fungi is mushroom. Okay, this is the mushroom. Okay, so the mode of nutrition in which organisms take in nutrients from dead and decaying matter is called saprotrophic nutrition. And these organisms which are using this type of mode of nutrition are called saprotrophs. Example, fungi, mushroom, these are the example of saprotrophs because they get nutrients from dead and decaying matter, right? Yeast and mushroom are useful fungi. These fungi are useful for us because we use them, we eat them. Okay, for mushroom are used for eating, but some fungi causes diseases in plants and animals including human being. Okay, so some fungi are not useful, they cause diseases in plants and animals. So all the fungi are not useful, and for some fungi are also used as a medicine. Then what is actually happening? The fungal spores are generally present in the air, and when they land on wet and warm things, they germinate and they grow. Okay, so when they get hot and humid weather for a long time, they can germinate. These are the quiet condition of them for fungi. So the next is symbiosis. What is symbiosis? Some organisms live together and share both shelter and nutrients. They share both shelter and nutrients, means they, some organisms live together, one is providing shelter and one is providing nutrients to other. So they both are beneficial for each other. Not only one organism is depending on other, they both are depending on each other and they both are beneficial for each other. That is called symbiosis. Got it? This you can take example of lichen. Okay, what happened that when fungi plus alga include, then they make lichen. Fungi and alga is called lichen. You can see here in this picture that, yes, the green part you can see here, that is alga. Okay, it means alga have chlorophyll and it can make or on food, and that food it can provide to fungus. Here the fungus, the blue part here you can see, that is fungus, this and this part, that is fungus, and green part is alga. They both are including and making lichen. This is the lichen. Okay, so what is the fungi actually doing? The fungi is providing food, that is providing shelter, water and mineral, and alga is preparing food and providing food to the fungi. So that is lichen. It's the example of symbiosis. In symbiosis, one is providing food and other is providing shelter, water and minerals. So these are the example of symbiosis. So these two topics remain that we have covered in this part. So in next part we will discuss the question answer of this chapter. So this chapter will be finished, and after that we will start the next chapter. Got it? So if you have any doubt, then you can comment below this video.